Nearly 300,000 people have fled the island, and the recent emigrants have been doctors, lawyers, teachers, as well as workers. How do you account for this exodus, and the exodus that is still continuing?
Tell her that I think her figures are, well, shall we say, exaggerated. Not that many have left the island. Nor is it true that they were all rich or all poor. The majority of the Cubans that have left the island were of the higher and middle classes. They were people who in the past occupied high posts. But furthermore, remember that from Cuba to the United States, there has always been a very great current of emigration. However, before the revolution, there was a limit set to the number of Cubans that could enter your country. After the revolution, there was no limit. I am convinced that if the doors of all the other Latin American republics were to be allowed to open for completely free emigration to the United States of America, more people would leave those countries than have so far left Cuba for the United States.
Many of the most recent immigrants, and I saw many of them in Miami, were not people of money, and many of them had originally been with the revolution.
Dice que ella vio en Miami alguna gente, por ejemplo, que al principio había estado con la revolución y que algunos no eran gente de dinero.
How do you explain that emigration?
Bueno, porque efectivamente hay alguna gente que quiere emigrar a Estados Unidos en busca de un mayor estándar de vida.
Well, because there are some people who desire to emigrate to the United States in search of a better standard of living, perhaps. And also, there are cases of persons who, because of disagreements with the revolution, decided to leave the island, to go to foreign countries. But in many cases, that argument is a mere pretext. The political pretext is merely added. The true reason underlying their emigration is economic. Now, I can assure you that those who left the island before the revolution were purely the poorer classes. That was prior to the revolution. The emigration that followed the revolution, on the whole, is the emigration of the higher classes. When the revolution occurred in the United States of America, for example, don't forget, there were many Americans who left your country and who went to Canada. They were people who didn't like the American way of life. They were people who didn't agree with the independence of the United States.